When Netflix released a trailer for its new docudrama on the life of Queen Cleopatra last month, it should have been one of the most exciting days of her career so far for Casualty star Adele James, who is playing the iconic Egyptian female ruler. For months, Adele, a mixed-race actress, had kept her lead role in the new historical series executive produced by Jada Pinkett Smith, wife of Hollywood actor Will, a secret. And now, finally, the news she had been joyfully looking forward to telling the world was finally out in the open. On accepting the role, Adele had always known the makers' decision to cast an actress of mixed heritage to play Cleopatra, previously portrayed by Elizabeth Taylor, would provoke a strong debate, but as an actress, she quite rightly felt it was her job to help tell the story. Yet nothing, she confides in her first newspaper interview today, could have prepared her for the racial attacks that were to follow. Within 3 hours of the trailer's release, Adele's social media inbox began to be flooded with thousands of angry messages, including, astonishingly, death threats attacking her for taking the role. The debate raged on in public, with critics accusing Netflix, who also include in the series interviews with leading global academics backing their interpretation, of blackwashing Egypt's history. One Egyptian lawyer went a step further by submitting a request to the country's attorney general to have the show blocked in his country. The suggestion is that Cleopatra, as a Ptolemy, rulers of Egypt for nearly 300 years, was descended from one of Alexander the Great's generals and would thus have been Macedonian Greek. For the 29-year-old Briton, differing views and a strong debate are something she will always welcome. But to be attacked so viciously has, she confides, taken its toll. It's been very tough, she admits. I have been inundated with thousands of negative messages. I've had messages wishing me harm, and worse, and one saying, I must be playing Cleopatra's slave because I am nothing more than the descendant of one. I would be lying if I didn't say that the first few weeks of the trailer being released have been difficult. Has she called in the police to deal with the terrible personal racial attacks? Thankfully not yet, she replies. We've reported and blocked as much as we can and will continue to do so. I knew there was going to be debate. It would have been naive of me not to expect it as a biracial woman in the 21st century. But the fact of the matter is, this documentary is not saying it was one way or the other. It's simply saying, let's have a conversation. Adele pauses and then, reflecting on whether she thinks the series is too woke or whether it is distorting history or not, continues, I hope people will have a conversation and be excited to engage with all the things that the series is about. Don't miss. Pollster warns of election worse than 2019 as Tories set for wipeout. Latest, Michael Palin devastated as he announces death of beloved wife Helen. Latest, William's 7-word blow to Harry at coronation will cause pain. Latest, it's about Cleopatra's strength and intelligence, her maternal nature, and diplomacy. There are credible academics with different opinions who are included in this docudrama too. And there are some awesome scenes. I hope I have done my best to try and humanize this iconic woman. Adele goes on to reveal that for the many thousands of negative messages she has received in her inbox, she has also had many other messages of support. I've had a lot of people sliding into my DMs, direct messages, privately to tell me how excited they are to see this version of Cleopatra, she adds. To know little girls all over the world who look like me are getting excited seeing this strong woman in Cleopatra with my skin tone is one of the reasons why I wanted to do the role in the first place. And as she goes on to explain, there has also been a positive outcome in terms of her own career. Ironically, thanks to the huge public noise caused by the furor, working in America could now be on the horizon. It's put a lot of eyeballs on the show, and for that I say thank you, she says. I can't say too much, but I am working on building up my international network. This has definitely caused a big stir, and my IMDb profile has gone crazy. She says she couldn't have got through the past few weeks without the backing of her family, friends and the producers. Everyone around me, including my friends and family, have been so incredibly supportive, she says. I am starting to feel excited again. I can still remember the moment my agent phoned me up telling me I'd got the part. I thought she was playing a prank. Playing someone so iconic has always been on my bucket list, and I feel very proud. Filming for the beautifully shot Cleopatra took place over a month last year in Morocco on the same set used by Ridley Scott for Kingdom of Heaven and many other blockbuster movies like Gladiators. It was so exciting when I arrived, she recalls. I'd never flown out abroad for work before, and then suddenly, there we all were on sets used for so many epic movies. It was incredible. I constantly kept having to pinch myself that it was really happening. As well as shooting intimate scenes with both John Partridge, who plays Julius Caesar, and Craig Russell, who plays her later iconic lover Mark Anthony. Adele also had to learn to ride a horse. I'd never ridden a horse before, but thankfully it felt like the most natural thing in the world, she chuckles. Did she get to meet Jada? She shakes her head but smiles as she admits feeling incredibly honored to be part of a project executive produced by such a Hollywood icon. She adds, I didn't get to meet Jada, but she is a global superstar, and knowing she has been watching all the tapes shows how much this means to her. Feet firmly on the ground, the warm and eloquent actress, who played Nurse Tina Mollett in BBC One's Casualty, puts her brave approach to whatever hurdle she faces, including the recent abuse, down to the support of her parents, who have always been her biggest driving force. My mum is English and my dad is first-generation British Jamaican, she explains as she reflects on her happy childhood in South London with her sister and two half-siblings. They split up when I was young and my mum was my primary carer. She was such a huge influence and is to this day my main inspiration. I have a great relationship with my dad too. He is such a genius. They have been so amazingly supportive. I credit them both for raising me to be the conscientious person I'd like to think I am today. After graduating from Bristol University, Adele worked hard to carve out a career as an actress. As well as Casualty, she has also worked on various other projects including Acceptable Damage before landing the role of Cleopatra last year. She admits that while it most definitely has not been easy as a biracial woman at times, she does feel the industry is moving in a positive direction. I have been made to feel on occasions in the past that I am either not white or not black enough for a role, she reveals. That has been hard, but thankfully things do feel like they are moving in a more positive direction. Now very much looking forward to what lies ahead, the actress says she is excited to see where her career next takes her. I am so grateful for the doors that playing Cleopatra is opening, she adds. And I am feeling excited. I really do hope that when people watch Queen Cleopatra, they will want to have a constructive conversation rather than tell a person they have never met before something negative. Queen Cleopatra is on Netflix on May 10.